Hola, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a metaphysical interpretation of the Bible study with Smokadocious, myself, and Solution. Hey, Smokey.
Hey, hola.
I think Solution must have forgot that we have Bible study. He'll
It's
probably.
been one of those kind of weeks and days. This has been pretty rough day for me, but I'm trudging through it though.
It has really been an interesting week. And it
Yes.
has been, for so many reasons. It seems
Mhm.
that, well, not just it seems, but everything is moving so fast. And then when
Yes.
you connect to other people, you see how fast it's moving in so many directions.
Mhm.
So it's really just interesting in the space that we're in now, where it's everything. Everything is happening.
Yes.
Everything is happening, and they're waiting for wanting for us to stay in fear. That's what that's what the whole thing is about. It's keeping people in fear. Who's that? Who's that? Oh, do you know that we're doing Bible study right now?
No, right now.
Yeah, he forgot. That's what happened. I hear him crushing bottles outside.
Oh.
Hi, Solution.
Hi.
How are you?
Pretty good.
We were just talking about how it's been a very interesting week, and it's been a lot of information coming from everywhere, a lot of people's, scrambling in fear, and that's the goal. That's been the goal for the powers that were, is to keep people in fear, and it is happening. I know you've been at Clubhouse, Smokey.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I was just thinking about that as you're saying that because that the clubhouse environment was like you left this place, you left this earth. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
like that kind of consumed me for a little while. I'm like, okay, I got to get out of here because it's like, but it's like really a lot of information, a lot of different not just energies, vibrations is really like, okay, this is what's going on out there, and
Mm-hmm.
because for me personally, I'm really isolated here in the house. I mean, I talk to people, but not in that context. Like going to the clubhouse was like really being there with them, and I'm like, wow, this is so different for me.
Yeah, it is very
And
different. And it makes me feel
yeah,
like I'm very comfortable in my own
yeah,
space.
yeah,
Like, we're definitely
yeah.
going to be doing stuff at Clubhouse because we have to go in there and fish. But, I like the idea of having things organized where we go, stay for an hour, don't stay all the live long day, you know,
Hmm.
because it's still anything that is not of benefit is a detriment, especially
Yeah.
right now when it comes to our time and what we're giving our time to, what we're giving our energy to. That's so important right now because that's everything. That's our chi. That's
Hmm.
that's all we got. So it's like,
Hmm.
and everybody is rambling because they're scared. I was really tripping off of how many people, even the people that have taken vaccines, that are saying, I still believe in it. We just need them to hear us. We need for the CDC and for the this and for the that. And I'm just like, wow, they're really still thinking that that is the solution, to continue to fight with them and have them see, when their experience is showing them this is not for us, this is against
Right.
humanity. So it doesn't make any sense in going to them and asking or saying anything. It's really about moving forward. And but everybody's not on that. They're not in that same space, and I realize that. And I realize that by going to Clubhouse, just how many people are really scrambling and don't
Yeah.
know what's really going on. And it's kind of scary when you think about it like that, because It's like, wow, they played the game, and everything that they're wanting to happen, the elite, is happening. And you think that, no, you've seen it already, your eyes should be open. This is elementary. Like, you should see that what's happening is wrong and it's against humanity. But people don't see it.
No, it's kind of like how I see that is going into the ocean and getting caught up in the riptide. You have to flow. You have to fight, with it, and not, what I'm saying, against it. And you know where I'm going with that. But it's like, that's what I see. It's exactly like being caught up in a riptide, and you gotta stand your ground. You can't panic. You can't let go or okay, I'm just gonna flow with this. You really gotta get into. And do you swim against the riptide, or do you swim with the riptide?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's the question that everybody has to answer for themselves.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad that we're getting into this Bible study today, because out in the internet streets, I heard that according to some people, I'm not going to say according to some people, according to one man, he said, Smokey, he said that Jesus would have taken the jab to show people exactly how powerful he is. That's what he said. That's what he said, Smokey. So I'm going to go ahead and give it back to you. Let you have the floor and take us into this fantastic study.
Okay. Deep breath. Father, Mother, God, we come before you today, triumphantly looking at things with the perspective that we are engulfed in your love, in, through, and around us. There is no place where you are not. We know, and we're open to receive the wisdom, the guidance, and the knowledge that you have for us in this meeting today. We ask that everyone that is here now and that will come later, that they be filled with the messages that you personally have for them. We ask also that we continue as this month goes by, because we're going to hit some real hard ways, Father. And we know at some point, we may question. We don't want to question, because we know that you have us in your hands. We ask these things knowing, as you said, where we two or more together, you are in our presence. We know this, we feel this, we receive this. Thank you. And so it is.
And so it is. All righty, Smokadocious. And for those that are listening for the first time, I don't know how many people listen for the first time, but we open up a book, a page from A Metaphysical Interpretation of the Bible by Stephen L. Harefield. If you don't have a copy of it, you can find one inside of MasterVibration13.com, inside of the study group. If you're not in the study group, get in the study group. Smokey, today is your turn to open.
Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, it is. Oh, I can't see these numbers. Today I have issues with my eye again. It's like I had an eyelash in it. I can't see in the mirror to get the eyelash out. So it's like my eye is very irritated right now. And I'm like, oh my God, come on, please. And I look in the mirror, I can't see my eye. Ooh. So it's like, and so I was telling my sister, she said, well, get a hair dryer and put it on coal and blow it. I said, girl, I'm not doing that.
Oh, but so now like, the hair is in there because you can't look to get it out.
Exactly. And I don't have anybody, how you asked, they could blow my eye, blow it out. And it's, but I think it's out. I made myself cry so that
okay, that's what I was going to say. Just pour some water in your eye.
I tried that one too. I poured the water. I got a little glass and it still feels, but I think it's sore from me rubbing it. Anyway, okay. So where I am, and I think this is 513, and it's at the paragraph where in John, I don't know.
In John 6, verse 62 through 63.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. In John 6, verse 62 through 63, the Master tells of the ability to communicate within the sphere of the higher energies. And he asks us to reach for it. What and if ye shall see the Son of Man ascend up where he was before? 63. It is the Spirit that quickeneth, gives life. The flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. He is clearly leading us towards the acceptance of our innate higher energies and the connection between our life-giving centers. He is reminding us that we are all the sons and daughters of the human race, but at the same time, we are children of the higher energies of life, and this is actually the natural path we could learn to follow. As he so often stated in the book of John, he reiterates the fact that it is spirit that gives us life, and he attempts to lead us to the nature of the soul. He is advising us to ascend to a loftier realization of self, one that brings us to the higher vibrations. The flesh profiteth nothing. We are told beyond a doubt that physical life is not the real focus. It does not gain a thing if we insist on stagnating in the distractions and temptations of the material world. Instead, we need to concentrate on matters that are in the interest of the higher level, since we will shed the lower and leave it behind at some point, unless we achieve the complete unification of all our energy centers while we still have a body. Hence, the physical life is the untruth, the illusion, because when the soul withdraws, our mortal shell will no longer be of any use to us. At that time, we will have to own all that we have done in life. And so it is. Goodness gracious. Okay.
Seriously.
Well, we've talked about this many times, and that's the fact that we are in the unification of the spiritual and the physical. And so we're seeing now that the physical is just the residual of the past. So everything that is happening right now does not even matter. The only thing that matters is what we are creating right now within us. We are being called to do that so that we could change this world.
Yes.
These distractions that are happening everywhere, and they're happening everywhere, we have to we're accountable for the distractions. We have to make the choice to not be distracted. And it's easier said than done, because in a space of panic, there are people that are panicking. They don't know what to do. And so in that not knowing what to do, they reach out. They're on the internet. They're on the news. They're on YouTube. They're on everything that they could find to try to figure things out. And you're never going to figure it out that way. It's just too much. Too much. There is so much great information. And there was something that I was listening to today where someone said something that I say about this all the time. It's the law of duality. You're going to find everything that you are looking for. If you're looking for something negative, you're going to find that. If you're looking for something positive, you're going to find that. So you're going to find information that's going to sustain that. You're going to find people, quote unquote professionals, scholars that are going to give you information, and you're going to be like, oh, that's a scholar. That's a person who studied a lot, so I'm going to believe them. And then you're going to believe them, and you're going to find out that that was not a good idea either. It is not a good idea to believe anybody outside of you right now. It's time to gather that information within, and you and God figure it out.
Yeah.
That's what I had to say about that chapter, Smokey.
Huh?
That's what I had to say about that chapter.
But girl, you are, you say it so well, and I'm like, okay, what? I can't follow that. I mean, realistically, that's we know everything that we're talking about, and it's really honestly scary, but at the same time, like you say all the time, it's exciting, and you think, okay, I can't hold space to be scary. I can't hold space of okay, this and this, or even, even like with my physical ailments right now, it's like, you're not going to bring me down. You're not going to, but today was hard. Today, I just did not feel like being bothered. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was like, I was in a PMS mode, poor me syndrome. I was rocking that, and I'm like, well, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be right now. But also, that's all part of this process, because in letting go, even in letting go of dysfunctional things, it's going to affect us.
Yes.
So, I just, hey, okay, I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm not going to be with it. I'm just going to stay in my zone and everything's going to be fine.
And isn't that wonderful that you know what to do? Because that's what it is, and knowing what to do. And when you feel absolutely just like you can't, then you got to retreat. You got to retreat and go to yourself, because that's just the only way that you're going to find a solution. You're not going to find it outside of yourself. And the crazy part, because yes, it is exciting, but it is something that's just totally brand new. It's totally brand new. Nobody knows what to do. Nobody knows what to, you know what to do when you find it in yourself. That's the only way.
Right.
It's truly the only way, because it's like, all the information that's traveling now will make a person feel like they want to pull their hair out. Look, this is what I learned today, Smokey. Look what I learned, Smokey. I learned that, you remember Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five? They're all part of the Galactic Federation. And they were grandmasters that came here to bring in hip hop so that we would be able to communicate with each other and bring information as well as entertainment. And so these grandmasters, there's the man that had a gang. His name is Larry Hoover. And he's now incarcerated, but he's part of the Galactic Federation, and they're needing for everyone to agree to allow this man to be part of the Galactic Federation. He was talking about Tupac and how he was one of the masters and giving up. Smokey, it was just so much information that I'm like, if people are acting like, okay, so we need to save everybody, we're trying to help people get saved, with all of this information that would need to be researched in order for a person to feel completely comfortable with going along with whatever the heck it is, ain't nobody got time for that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yes. It's like so many complications. So many complications in the minds of every single being on this planet right now. So the solution could never be out there. It just couldn't. It doesn't make sense for it to be outside of you. It doesn't. Solution?
He's right there with you. Yes.
I was just hearing that he definitely just kept reiterating about how the energy centers, our chakras, need to be united, and how important the soul is, because without the soul, the body is nothing. So, I'll quote a few things that he said. He reiterates the fact it is spirit that gives us life, and he attempts to lead us to the natural soul. And it was just interesting hearing that. A few things that were stated were really acknowledging that we are ultimately, of the spirit of Most High, and to acknowledge that and exist in that higher vibration, as opposed to succumbing to physical and material and being stagnated in that vibration. So
Yes.
Yeah, just saying, acknowledge your higher self, your inner Most High, your spirit, your soul.
We have spent so much time in the lower centers, in that lower vibration, that's why it's so important now to all the time that you can, all the time that you have, spend it in the high, spend it in your upper chakras, because that's what's necessary for you to have that communication, is to align all of them, all of your energy centers, not just the ones inside your body, but the ones that are outside your body. And that's the one that's coming in with, if you have some selenite, what is it that we talked about on Clubhouse the other day, the aragonite, Smokey?
Yes.
There are tools for people to make their connection stronger with source. And once you have that connection stronger with source, you have discernment. So you don't have to worry about going into places and being consumed by someone else's beliefs, by somebody else's theory. I mean, it's just a wow world right now, Smokey. Like, it really, really is.
Oh yeah.
I had another experience today, and I think that a lot of people are experiencing death in so many ways and so many levels. But we went to go see great grandpa. Great grandpa is 95 years old, and he is now entering the ending stages of his life. And to have seen him, even when he wasn't so well, he was still. You learn to become another person. Every 7 years we change. So he was in his 90 self. He was in that space. And then now at 95, it changed into another self that is preparation for his next journey. And it was just so interesting to see how when life starts to leave you, you can see it in a person. You can see that that change. You can see it in their eyes. You can see that they're here and not here, and they hear you, but they're distant. And it's just such a, I felt very honored to be there, because I've never experienced that in that capacity with anyone before. I know you have, Smokey, and it's just such a profound moment to experience life and death in that space, and just the just the purity of it, and the it's just hard to describe and explain, but it's just like a knowing that there is another world that this individual is going to, and it's a wonderful and beautiful thing. It's not, I think that we cry and we mourn the loss of life, but I know that because Lucas came in and he was telling me, you don't cry, you don't do this, and I was trying to explain to him that it's not a cry. I'm not sad. I'm sad, but not sad in a way where it's like sad and honored and privileged all at the same time, and just kind of feeling the sacredness of that moment in time. So it was a very cool experience. What was it like for you, Papi?
Cool experience. I would just say it was heavy, but also enlightening at the same time, a gifting at the same time, because it was, it's you're seeing, that person that you love, and but also you're releasing them to be free of, discomfort, pain, and just the quality of life that is being existing. So you're, it's heavy because you love them, but at the same time you're appreciative that this can be, this can happen. So you're, you're relinquishing, you're appreciative, because it's been, a challenge. I heard someone else that my mom was speaking about, and they were saying that they really was happy. It's hard. It's hard to think about them, and it's hard to see them, but at the same time, to see them fighting and existing in challenges.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's tough.
Especially when they're sick.
Yeah,
And
if it's not a quality of life, it's like, what's the
why? Yeah, please don't keep them here longer than
yeah,
they have to be, so
right.
that they could have some relief. And with that, I want to say ache to the soul spirit of Miss Anne Green.
Mm.
This was a person who, when Michaela was born, Smokey, she was one
Mm-hmm.
of Granny's best friends. And so when Michaela was born, she came down. And it was at that time, there was just, it was just an interesting time. It was a difficult time. And she came with just such comfort, and it was just, I will never, ever, ever, ever forget her and what she bought in that time. And I think that I spent a couple of days, maybe 2 to 3 days with her, and just her energy and her vibe and her love was just exactly what I needed. And I just will never, ever forget. So ache to her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna
Wow.
move it on to our card pull for this week.
Okay. And get over there. We're gonna get to that department. This is gonna be pretty interesting. Bear with me, folks, because my reading. No, I'm not going to claim that. It's going to be
No,
what
don't
it
claim
is.
it.
It's
Don't
going to be
claim it.
great. Okay, so here we go. And we're going to close our eyes and focus on the topic that you want for your upcoming week. We could call on our angels and guides, asking for their assistance. Feel the guidance you are about to receive as a wise and benevolent message that will help you on your path. Okay, so here we go. You know what? You know where I'm going now. So, Mr. Solution, since I'm doing this, I think we're all part of this. So, I'm going to ask you to say stop.
Stop.
Okay. And the card that we got is Creative Projects. Have we had that one before?
Mm-mm.
Okay. It is time to get things done. Make your creative projects a priority right now. Whether you are building a website, writing a book, writing workshops, making a podcast, painting an art piece, or learning to play the guitar, you have creative projects in the works right now that need your attention, your immediate attention. If you continue to put it off, put these important endeavors, you could miss a window of opportunity that is life changing for you. This card has come to you today to tell you that what you are currently working on is divinely guided. Trust your first impression and the intuitive guidance you received when you started this project. This is divine guidance in action. As long as you follow through with these works in a timely manner, you will remain on schedule for the exciting events that are getting ready to unfold for you. If you do not, however, you may get discouraged when you learn that the window has temporarily closed, even if has temporarily closed. Okay, wait a minute. Even if for some reason you don't make the window of opportunity, it will open again in divine timing. There is still time, and if you start now, everything will work out as planned. Ask for your highest good to unfold, and even if you need extra time, know that Spirit is working with you. It will all work out in divine timing. And that right there is basically exactly what we're talking about, getting in the rooms, doing all of these things, your projects, me. I mean, it all just, again, it's talking to us,
Mm-hmm.
and I know a lot of people out there because there is a big change getting ready to happen. So it's like we're preparing for that. And instead of, kicking back when we got time, it's time to get up and kick butt right now. You gotta do it. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
do it.
Because the change is now. We
Yes.
in it.
Yes.
We are
Thank you.
in it. So I
Yes.
I connected to that. I feel that there's a lot of, different things coming along the pipes, different inspirations and ideas. So I'm gonna flow with that and continue to trust it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Solution.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Well, this was fantastic. We were thinking of giving it a try on Clubhouse to do the Metaphysical Bible study. I don't know how we're gonna do it, Smokey. Um, I guess we gotta figure that out. Doesn't have to be today. I did put
Yep.
something up for tomorrow. Yeah, just on
Uh-huh.
because I figured out how to make a group, so I made the Infinity Syndicate. And tomorrow we're gonna be me, you, and Solution are gonna be talking about what is an Infininaire and what it's so important for us to bring this energy out there to bring in the solution. So I'm looking forward to it. But it is a private group, so we're just gonna be kind of like messing around with it and getting all of our people in there before we let everybody else in.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, got you.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to good things. We've kept everyone a little longer than normal, but it's okay. We're gonna close
Yes.
it out. So Kadocious.
Okay. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God is with us. Where we are, God is, and so it is.
And so it is.
So it is.
Mhm. Yeah.